Hi, I'm Mark,
And I'm Carissa.
and we're set
Set
on
on
Sainthood,
Sainthood.
and we're going to Canterbury, England. So, this was kind of amazing. We didn't expect to end up here. This is St. Martin's, and this is actually not just a beautiful location for having a cemetery or a really interesting church. It is actually the location of the very first church built for English speakers in the world, which is pretty cool. And there it is, right there. It was actually built over the course of, I guess you could say, in phases, 1600 years, all the way back to the 400s, which is pretty incredible and also amazing to find. One of the sections actually in this shot where it's the darker red, not that darker red, is where the Romans actually built it before the fall of Rome in the area and the conquest of the Saxons. And speaking of the Saxons, this is really their town at some point, and they did an amazing job with it. We are rolling through Canterbury, which is not an easy feat. As you're about to see, we drove through some very tight streets ahead. We're looking at the walls right now, and you can see that it's got some very old and one might say cute or beautiful architecture. And what an amazing opportunity to see a medieval town, especially with this troublemaker. So from there, we went to the Canterbury Cathedral, which you can see right now. And at one point, of course, it was the seat of the Archbishop of the English-speaking world, which is pretty fascinating. And the vaulted ceilings are just incredible. But the true reason why we actually came to this place is for St. Thomas Becket. Well, what a place to really honor such an amazing saint. We're going to notice a lot of stained glass windows from basically this next shot forward are actually all about St. Thomas Becket. He was a good friend of King Henry II. He rose through the ranks of basically the archdiocese, I guess, of Canterbury. And you'll notice this block here with his name on it. That was actually the place where he was killed. He he rose through the ranks, as we said, and the king really liked it. And then the king asked him if he would become the archbishop, and the church agreed. And he told the king, though, our relationship isn't going to be the same. And of course it was not. He ended up having a conversion of heart and really stood up to the king on a lot of different things. And the king did not like it. So he sent the king sent for a meeting, and he was talking with all of his knights, and the knights heard how angry he was about Thomas Becket. So they actually went to confront Thomas Becket, and they tried to take him out of the building, but miraculously he could be unmoved, and they decided to kill him in the church on that block that we just saw. So, man, seems like a sad ending, right? But no, there's always hope, and we are pilgrims of hope this year. And it's amazing that the witness of this man standing up to the person that was one of his best friends ended up leading to hundreds of miracles. And that's what all of those stained glass windows were. But we're not done. We have another step here. Welcome to Ramsgate. Yes, this cute little coastal town has some pretty interesting history. Just outside of Ramsgate is a small island called Ebbsfleet. Saint Pope Gregory the Great sent a group of men under one of his monks, St. Augustine of Canterbury, as we call him now, to go and evangelize the English. And eventually he would end up at St. Martin's and the Canterbury Cathedral, which is pretty amazing. But it is here near Ramsgate at Ebbsfleet where they first landed on English soil to spread the good news to the Saxons. And his story is just quite amazing. We couldn't wait to go see him, and guess what? There he is. Just so amazing to see part of this saint here. And we're talking, this is all the way back to the beginning of St. Martin's, basically, right before the 500s. That's pretty incredible. And, of course, he was the Apostle of England, a lot like St. Patrick is to Ireland, which was just amazing. And it's all about mission. So we prayed about our mission, and if you could pray for us, we'd really appreciate that too. And just completely amazing. Here we see the story of his life, a journey all the way from Rome. He was a Sicilian, and coming up and baptizing, becoming the archbishop, and changing lives. And there are a couple other saints who are part of that journey with him, just like we hope many of the people on a journey of life with us become saints as well. And these two in particular were the king and queen of the Saxons in the York area at the time. And they converted and brought many to Christ with them. Thank you so much for coming along with us on this journey, and we hope your next adventure is just as wonderful too. Thank you.